Good morning/afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today to talk about something that impacts all of us in some way, waiting. We all know the feeling of putting things off, waiting for the perfect time, or hoping that someday we'll be ready to chase our dreams. But I'm here to tell you today that your time is now. No more waiting, no more postponing. It's time to start living the power of the present moment. We often get caught up in the idea of a perfect moment, a time when everything aligns just right and we feel ready to act. The truth is, the perfect time never comes, at least not in the way we imagine. So often we wait for circumstances to be just right, waiting until we have more money, more time, more confidence, or a better situation. And with each passing day, we miss opportunities to take action, to make progress, or to pursue the dreams that matter most to us. The present moment is the only time we truly have. When we delay our actions, we're not just waiting for the right moment. We're missing out on the experiences, lessons, and growth that come with taking action. Instead of focusing on an imagined future moment, we need to shift our mindset and embrace the potential of the present. Every step, no matter how small, brings us closer to our goals. The present is all we control. It's where decisions are made, where we can change our course, and where we begin to move forward. Imagine if you could start today instead of waiting for tomorrow. Think of how much could be accomplished, how much you could learn, and how much closer you'd be to realizing your dreams. The power is in the now. Action taken today has the potential to transform your tomorrow, but only if you stop waiting and start living. So instead of holding on to the idea that the future will bring the right time, why not take that first step today? Overcoming fear and doubt. Fear often holds us back more than anything else. It whispers to us that we're not good enough, that we'll fail, or that we're not prepared for what lies ahead. This fear can be paralyzing, causing us to hesitate, doubt ourselves, and put off taking action. But here's something crucial to understand. Fear is not a signal to stop, it's a signal to go. It's a natural part of stepping out of your comfort zone. And it's something that every person who has ever achieved anything has faced. When we allow fear to control us, we rob ourselves of the opportunity to grow and to challenge our own limits. Fear doesn't disappear when we wait for the perfect moment. In fact, the longer we wait, the more fear festers and grows. The key to overcoming fear is not in waiting for it to go away, but in moving forward despite it. Every successful person has had to step through fear, not because they didn't feel it, but because they knew it was a necessary part of the journey. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to act in spite of it. Think about the things that have scared you in the past and how once you push through, you realize that the fear wasn't as bad as it seemed. The first step is often the hardest. But once we make that leap, we gain confidence and momentum. You don't have to be fearless. You just need to be willing to move in the direction of your dreams, even when you feel unsure. Fear is also a teacher. It shows us where we need to grow. If you're afraid to fail, it means you're probably reaching for something meaningful. If you're afraid of rejection, it means you're putting yourself out there, risking vulnerability. And that's where growth happens. It's only when we push through fear and uncertainty that we unlock our true potential. So instead of waiting for the day when fear no longer has a grip on you, start doing the things that scare you now. Action is the antidote to fear. The more you act, the less power fear will have over you. Every time you step forward in the face of fear, you build resilience, confidence, and a deeper sense of purpose. Embrace imperfection. We often fall into the trap of believing that we need everything to be perfect before we begin. We want the perfect plan, the perfect timing, the perfect resources. And only when everything aligns just right do we think we can move forward. But perfection is a myth, and waiting for it will only hold you back. The truth is that life is messy, unpredictable, and full of challenges, and if we wait for everything to be flawless, we may never get started at all. Starting imperfectly is not only okay, it's necessary. Perfection doesn't lead to progress. In fact, waiting for things to be perfect often results in stagnation. When we focus too much on making every detail perfect, we can end up overthinking, second-guessing, or delaying our decisions. But when we embrace imperfection and simply begin, we create momentum. We start learning, adapting, and improving as we go. The process itself becomes a teacher, showing us what works and what doesn't, and guiding us toward refinement. By waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions, we miss out on the growth that happens from taking action. You can't improve or learn from something you never try. Mistakes, setbacks, and challenges are all part of the journey. In fact, they often lead to the most valuable lessons. If we only focused on doing things perfectly, we would never give ourselves the freedom to experiment, learn from our errors, and ultimately become better at what we do. What truly matters is not perfection, but progress. It's about taking that first step, no matter how small, and building on it. You might not get everything right the first time, and that's completely fine. As you move forward, you'll get clearer on what needs adjusting, and each misstep will bring you closer to success. The more you embrace the process and learn from each experience, the more you'll evolve. And here's the most important part. Starting imperfectly allows you to connect with your authentic self. We often hold ourselves to unrealistic standards of perfection because we're worried about how others perceive us. But in reality, people are drawn to authenticity, not perfection. When we start where we are, with all our flaws and uncertainties, we allow ourselves to be real. And that's where true growth and fulfillment come from. When we stop hiding behind the idea of perfection and instead begin embracing our journey, imperfections and all. So stop waiting for everything to be perfect. Start where you are with what you have, and know that progress, not perfection, is what will lead you to success. Each step forward, no matter how imperfect, brings you closer to the life you've always dreamed of living. Taking responsibility for your life. Too often we find ourselves waiting for external forces to align or for someone else to make things happen for us. We might think that success will come when we're given the right opportunity, or when someone notices our potential, or when the world changes to meet our desires. But the reality is that no one is coming to save you. The power to create the life you want lies in your hands. And the moment you accept full responsibility for your own journey, everything begins to shift. Taking responsibility means recognizing that you are the one who has the power to shape your future. It's easy to fall into the trap of blaming circumstances, other people, or the world around us for our current situation. But the truth is, waiting for external conditions to change only keeps you stuck. The longer you wait for something or someone else to change, the more time you lose in creating the life you truly want. You are the architect of your own life, and the decisions you make today directly impact the direction of your future. When you take responsibility, you stop waiting for permission, approval, or the perfect moment to act. You realize that the time to start is now, no matter the obstacles you may face. Life will always have challenges, setbacks, and moments of uncertainty, but your ability to navigate those hurdles comes from your willingness to take responsibility for your actions, choices, and mindset. Instead of focusing on what's out of your control, you focus on what you can control, your own actions, attitudes, and commitment to moving forward. Taking responsibility also means acknowledging that the path to success isn't always smooth. There will be setbacks, mistakes, and failures along the way. But these are not signs that you should stop. They're part of the process. Responsibility means embracing the full spectrum of life's experiences, including the hardships, and knowing that each of them contributes to your growth. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by waiting for things to be easy. They took responsibility for their journey, they adapted, they learned from their mistakes, and they kept going despite challenges. The moment you take ownership of your life is the moment you stop being a passive observer and become an active participant in your own story. Your future isn't a random event. It's the result of the choices you make right now. The longer you wait for someone else to make things happen for you, the more time you waste. But when you take full responsibility, you begin to realize that you are in control. And that realization is incredibly empowering. So, don't wait for someone else to give you permission to live the life you want. Don't wait for conditions to be perfect. Take responsibility for your future, for your dreams, and for your actions. The moment you do, you'll unlock the true potential within you and start living the life you've always dreamed of. It's your time, and only you have the power to make it happen. In conclusion, the time to start living is now. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, for fear to disappear, for everything to align in your favor. Life is happening in the present, and every moment you spend waiting is a moment you could be using to take action, learn, and grow. Embrace the imperfections. Step forward despite the fear, and take full responsibility for your journey. You are the one who has the power to create the life you want. Don't let another day pass you by while you wait for circumstances to change. Your dreams, your goals, and your future are in your hands. And the only way to make them a reality is by taking that first step today. Your time is now, and the only thing standing between you and the life you desire is the decision to act. So, let go of the waiting, step into your power, and start living the life you've always imagined. Thank you.